Hey you! Yeah, you. Why are you casting Chaos Bolt? Why are you spreading dots around? Why are you playing those weak ass specs when you could be playing Demonology? You could be a gigachad. And I know that you there, have what it takes. Follow my guide. And instead of being the little beta dot throwers and Chaos Bolt launchers, you could become a gigachad Demonology player. Oi oi my drillers, it's your geezer. Your geezer. Big Daddy Cool! Woo! Let's go. I'm going to show you guys how to play Demonology today in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Let's get right into it. Gonna show you first of all the talents. I'm gonna take you over the Chrome here, not the BIS list, but here's the talents. So, what do we want to run? I'm just gonna click off these ones. Your mandatory bread and butter talents are these. What do these do? Well, most of these just increase your damage, increase your tankiness. They're great. You want all of these. There's a few special ones which I'm going to go over now. Fell Domination, Instant Demon Summon, lovely. Soul Link, makes you tanky. It's a buff you have to apply, so remember this. Demonic Empowerment, this is a buff you're going to keep up all the time, but you're not going to keybind it. You're going to throw this into some macros, so don't even fucking worry about this. It's included. Felguard, this is the demon you're summoning. You're not summoning another demon. Don't be a pussy. You pick Demonology. You are going to summon the most gigachad demon there is. Aside from one demon, which is yourself. Because you can turn into a demon with this spec, mate. With Metamorphosis. Woo! This gives you big damage. And on top of that, you get 4 spells. You get a charge stun. You get an AoE taunt. You get a cleave, which also hits allies. And you get Emanation Aura, which is huge AoE damage and single target damage. Don't underestimate this shit. Now, the other special talents to mention, which are more buffs, Improved Shadow Bolt. You're going to be keeping this up as a demo lock. Don't worry about it though. Really easy to keep up, and I've got a simple macro that'll make it even easier to do in the execution window. Then Molten Core, this is a proc chance off of your corruption. When you get this, above 35%, you're going to spam Incinerate for more damage and reduce cast time. And below 35%, well, you're already spamming Soulfire, so, you know, big damage on your Soulfire. Decimation window. Ugh! This is what we love, boys. We get below 35%. You know what we do? You know what we do? If we don't already have the buff, we cast a quick Shadow Bolt. Just like the one in the macro I told that was going to keep you your improved Shadow Bolt going. Boom. Soulfire, 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 Soulfire. It's free and reduced cast time. And you pump. So yeah. That's why we picked that. And now, the reason why we're taken to raids is because we're actually support DPS. But we still pump. Because we are gigachads. But yeah, Demonic Pact, basically, when your pet critical strikes, then the raid is going to get a portion of your spell power as a buff. Of course, you keep your spell power. You're not giving it away. Don't worry. No, you are keeping it. But the raid is going to get a percentage of your spell power for themselves. And it's the strongest spell power buff you can, well, anyone can give. It's huge. Demo locks are awesome. Anyway, as for these last 2 talent points, there's 2 real options you can go for. I mean, what I did, I went for Intensity, which is a bit of a troll option because I was getting aggro all the time, and I kind of wanted to keep casting because it's me. So, yeah. Just don't bother with Intensity. Don't. It's stupid. You can put 2 points in Suppression for extra hit chance, but it doesn't take long to get hit cap. Or far beyond hit cap, which is 17 or 18% if you're wondering. But I'll be saying that again in a minute. I go with Improved Demonic Tactics because your Demon's crit strike chance is equal to a portion of your crit strike chance. Very nice. more demonic pact application. Lovely. Now, let me talk to you about this gear. Whoa. So, yeah, hit cap around 17 to 18%. Very nice. Are we getting a bloody diarrhea ad? Hello? Piss off. Right. Oh, I know why. It's because they're shitting themselves at how much damage we're going to be doing. Anyway, gear. We want to be getting lots of spell power and lots of spirit for those big demonic pact buffs. So, tier pieces, we're going through heads, shoulders, chest, gloves. Our 2 set and our 4 set suck. Ignore them. Do not play around them, please. Our neck is from the 25-man I Have Eternity Key quest chain. Our back is from Safari and 2 Drakes. Our braces, Safari and 2 Drakes. Our belt, I Have Eternity 25. Our legs, I Have Eternity 25. Our feet, I Have Eternity 25. Our first ring is from Naxxramas 25 from Kel'Thuzad. Second ring, we can buy for 25 Emblems of Valor. Definitely go for it. Our trinkets, Dying Curse, drops off of multiple bosses in Naxxramas 25. Definitely want a soft reserve. Same with Illustration of the Dragon Soul. Drops from Safari and 25. Man, don't need any dragons for it though. Turning Tide, your Abyss Weapon. Drops from Kel'Thuzad, Nax 25. Surplus Limb, Nax 25, Patchwork. One of the Archlich, Nax 10, Kel'Thuzad. If you go on this website, wildtbc.gg, which I will be linking in the description down below, you can use these drop boxes to see like alternative pieces of loot, and you can swap it for your pre-raid beast, for the other specs, and every other class if you're interested. As for gems, I'm going to go over first. Gems, you want the Chaotic Skyflare Diamond, more crit, more Demonic Pact, and increased crit damage. Why not? For yellow gems, you actually want the Veiled Monarch Topaz. This gives spell power and hit rating. Lovely jubbly. For blue gems, you want Purified Twilight Opal, spell power and spirit, more support potential, just what we want. Then for red gems, we want Rune Scarlet Ruby. 19 spell power, great. But if you are a jewel crafter, then definitely go for the Rune Dragon's Eye, which gives 39 spell power. Which, while we're on the topic of professions, what professions do you run with? Mate, let me tell you. It's simple. Engineering and jewel crafting for now. And then at the start of phase 3, we want to drop jewel crafting for tailoring. However, if you want to be the most gigachad support demonology player out there, you go jewel crafting and tailoring, because that gives you the most amount of spell power possible to give to your raid. But it is kind of troll. Most people will be quite cringe about it. Just go engineering. It just feels nice. Seriously. Don't give up the chance for engineering. It's lovely. Anyway. Enchants, mate. Enchants. What do I recommend? On your head, you're using the Kirin Tor enchant. It's the thing you buy from the vendor. And then you want the Hodir, Sons of Hodir enchant on your shoulders. On your cloak, not talked about in this guide, but you want this Springy Arcana Weave enchant from engineering. If you are an engineer, then I do believe Tailoring's Lightweave Embroidery takes this spot. So, yeah, if you're a tailor, then Lightweave Embroidery, throw it on. On your chest, Major Spirit, go for it. Your braces, Superior Spell Power. Your gloves, you want Exceptional Spell Power. Unless you are an engineer, in which case you take the Hyperspeed Accelerators, which gives you an unused haste proc. Very nice. Your belt, I'd advise going for the Frag Belt. Allows you to throw a Cobalt Bomb for free. Bit of damage. 6-minute cooldown though, so you don't really do it often. But it's a very nice and easy way to pop your seeds with literally 0 cost. For your legs, you want the Brilliant Spell Thread. No, this is not tailoring only. You can buy it off the auction house. It's nice. It's better support value. Now, if you're not an engineer, on your boots you want Tuskar's Vitality, but if you're an engineer, get those Nitro boosts, bit of extra crit, but most importantly, you can go zoom! Yeah, that's right. You'll be speeding around the place like there's no tomorrow. And on your weapon to enchant, you want Mighty Spell Power, and yes, you can apply this with a Spellstone. I know, right? Pretty crazy. Now, Glyphs. Let me talk to you about Glyphs. The only ones that matter here are your major Glyphs. You can run with Glyph of Felguard. Don't do Glyph of Metamorphosis. They say it's better in dungeons, but I'm going to be honest with you here. You're a Demolock. You rinse dungeons anyway. You quite literally need one button to mill a dungeon. Aside from the bosses. But the reason you take Metamorphosis is for the trash. But you're destroying the trash anyway. So don't bother. Don't bother. As sad as it is to be less of a demon, just don't. So Glyph of Felguard for more damage. Glyph of Life Tap. When you use Life Tap or Dark Pact, which you're not using. You're not using Dark Pact. You're using Life Tap only. You gain 20% of your spirit as spell power for 40 seconds. Very, very good buff. You want to keep this up 100% of the time. It's huge. Glyph of Quick Decay. Corruption ticks a bit faster, which means more Molten Core procs. It's Pog. As for minor glyphs, you only take these for convenience. You don't need them. You have Glyph of Unending Breath, Glyph of Souls, and Glyph of Drained Soul. Gives you soul shards, reduced mana cost and Ritual of Souls, and gives swim speed with an Unending Breath buff. Now I'm going to quickly show you your rotation in probably the worst environment possible to show you a rotation. On a random elite in Crystal Song Forest. But oh well, who cares? So, before you even pull, you want to make sure you have your Spellstone applied. I'm going to show you how to do that now. You just right click it from your bag, put it on, grant Spellstone. Cool, lovely. Then you want to use your Fell Armor. You want to have Soul Link applied. I already had the buff though, which kind of cringe. Oh, I'm being stupid. And then before you pull, you want to be using a Life Tap to get the buff. You want to be pre-potting a Potion of Wild Magic. You want to have drank a flask of the Frost Brim, whatever. And then you want to pre-cast a Shadow Bolt into an Immolate, move into the target, applying Corruption, and going into meta, using Immolation Aura, spamming Shadow Bolt, until you get Molten Core proc. Then you'll use Incinerate. Then at 35% health, you're going to be spamming Decimation. As for curses, if your target's going to live for over a minute, you're going to apply Curse of Doom. If not, you're going to apply Curse of Agony. If you don't have an Unholy DK or another Warlock applying Curse of Elements, then you will have to apply Curse of Elements. Anyway, let me show you the rotation. So, I'm life tapping, I'm pre-casting Shadow Bolt. I would have popped my potion already. I'm immolating, I'm corrupting, I'm going into meta, applying my curse. Now I'm spamming Shadow Bolt. Oh, Decimation window, I can Soulfire, and he's dead. I didn't get any Molten Core procs to show you there, but yeah. If you get Molten Core, you will use Incinerate, then actually get the Soulfire cast off anyway. But yeah, that's how we play. Pretty simple. As for AoE, we literally spam seeds everywhere. If you want to go in and pop them, I'd advise using a Shadow Flame macro I'm going to show you very soon. And there's a few macros you can use to very easily increase your damage and increase your efficiency, which I'm going to show you now. But before I do, one final note about the rotation is keep up improved Shadow Bolt buff. It's strong. Anyway, macros! Right. So, I definitely recommend getting a macro that has like your any DPS ratios and any on-use effects, such as an on-use trinket or your hyper speed accelerators. I would actually throw this in with Metamorphosis. I'm just too lazy and haven't wrote that macro yet. All I'd have to do is do blah blah blah. I can't be able to spell properly though. But yeah. Here's another really good one. Bakes your pet attack into your corruption. So, show tooltip corruption. Then it runs this little, you'll see this little script here quite frequently. what it does is it's gonna allow you to spam your pet attack, which is more efficient than auto attacking. So if you have this macroed into all your spells, or at least all your main damaging spells, then you're gonna get a lot of value out of pet attacking, and your pets will just do more damage than warlocks who don't. But the main purpose of this macro was to just allow my pet to go in and attack, and then it also casts corruption. But I do have a regular pet attack macro because now that I'm raiding, I'm pre-casting Shadow Bolt, and I want to send my pet in as I'm casting Shadow Bolt. I have a quick buff macro, which I'd advise you using this before pull, which is just cast a rank 1 life tap. That's it. Very simple. I have an execution Shadow Bolt, which is at 35%. If I don't already have decimation buff up, I'm going to throw out a rank 1 Shadow Bolt. This is going to give me the decimation buff and allow me to spam my Soulfire, and it's such a quick cast that I can also maintain improved Shadow Bolt and keep doing that throughout my execution window. Now I do have my, for fuck's sake man, why is my pet dead macro, which is just cast Fell Domination and summon Felguard. Very nice. I just have Hellfire and Immolation Aura macros just to label them, because they have the exact same icon, which is really stupid. I have an Immolation macro, an Immolate macro, which just does the pet script. Same with Incinerate. But you're also going to notice here, in my Shadow Bolt, Soulfire, and Seed of Corruption macros, I have Demonic Empowerment macroed in as well. And I should probably throw it on all my spells, to be fair. Demonic Empowerment belongs everywhere. This just means I don't have to manually cast Demonic Empowerment or have it on my bars. I want to be using this off cooldown anyway, so yeah. Now, my Shadow Flame macro is going on about earlier. It does the pet script, so it does the cleave. It throws a Saronite bomb at my cursor, it casts Shadow Flame, and when I'm in meta, will cast Shadow Cleave. Insane damage. That's 4 spells in 1. If I throw in Demonic Empowerment, that'd be 5 spells in 1. Very nice for just popping seeds, you know? You don't always have to use this though. You can quite literally just lob a Saronite bomb from the back. But if you're in melee range, use that. It's just extra damage, and why not? And yeah, that really is it for macros, and just about everything else for Demonology. Of course, use Sapper Charges, big damage, Potions of Wild Magic, Frostman's Fury, Flasks, Mammoth Treats for your pets. Eat the fish feast. Come on, like, really? You're telling me you're a warlock and you're gonna bring your own consumables? Fuck no. Remember to give people health stones and summons. That is kind of why people want you. And yeah. Now you know how to play Demonology Warlock. Now you know how to play the most gigachad spec of them all. Now I'm gonna go in full cam here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below or in my Discord, which will be linked in the description. Any amendments I will make in the description. We'll throw that little pet command thing in the description. And yeah. Cheers for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.